Welcome to another episode of Truth Be Told with yours truly, Dr. Bombay, coming to you live and direct from the basement in my studio here in Pleasantville, aka Bodymore, aka Murderland. Anyway, hey, y'all see the title, and you know how we do. First of all, let's set the mood a little bit with some mood music. You know how I like to do. That's just me being nervous about the sound of my own voice when I'm alone. But anyway, enough of revealing myself. You see the title. Man, this has been like a burning topic of discussion for a long time. And I decided to come here and address it and made my words find you with facts and truths. And hopefully some of the human errors can get filtered out. If I make a mistake, you can forgive me for that. Right? Because I'm not a professional orator. Anyway, definitely wanted to get right into it and welcome everybody that took the time to come out and hear me. And y'all finally cleared the air around here, with the back and forth and the forth and back. But anyway, I'm still going to do my thing. And hopefully some of you can stop by and we can possibly even open the discussion itself. And yes, this is kind of impromptu. I didn't announce it. You know how I do. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how to function that way, doing things in advance. Maybe I should start doing that to build up a little anticipation, and then that way we can enjoy the discussion. But this is being recorded, and it's something that you can definitely go back, play, rewind, and listen to yourself. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. It looks like it appears to be that way. Yeah, so, and that's been like the topic. Can you be a professional while enjoying social media? And I don't mean to say that to make it sound so simple, like, can a doctor, a surgeon look on his Instagram on his lunch break? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm more so talking about, your interaction. Can the surgeon come on to, say, for instance, YouTube and visit one of the various groups here and interact, without criticism or judgment, right? A lot of you have faced that where some of you are professionals and you've gotten scolded and reprimanded by others, and they're telling you that you just aren't professional enough, and you should be in a certain capacity and you have to act a certain way and this, that, and the other thing. Well, let's look at the question. Let's go right to the answer. The short answer is yes. Yes, you can be a professional while enjoying social media and engaging others on social media. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely no rule or regulation that says that you can't. Outside of your daytime occupation, you have the right to be human, to enjoy yourself, and you are entitled to every freedom that everybody else has. I'm going to pause there for a second. And you're right. Maybe I should start announcing these in advance because I'm going to say, man, I'm going to drop it, you know. And around here, we do serious talk, you know, over here at TMK Media, aka Dr. Bombay, whichever channel you happen to be tuned into. And like I said, and like to always remind everybody, this is a solutions-based platform. We do not come here to necessarily judge, beat up on people, attack, go back and forth with, you know, nonsense, you know. Hopefully we try to come to some type of resolve, and no, not necessarily trying to build a bridge with any individuals. We just trying to correct some of the wrongs on a global scale. You know what I mean? Or some of the misperceptions, should I say. That's all it is, y'all. Sometimes it's just a bunch of misunderstandings, and we just need to get to know each other a little better and reach them understandings. Hopefully you had a good holiday and you are enjoying yourself some leftovers on this day. Most of you were on throughout the whole holiday, before the holiday and such, myself included. So back to the subject at hand. It is truly, it's a thin line between what you do in the real world and what you do online. Yeah, it's a very, very thin barrier there. See, here's the thing. If you come online and you lead off with your occupation, that is how others are going to view you. That's how they're going to perceive you. You know, you're going to be that for life. We won't be able to unsee you or see you any other way. You're not a regular Joe Schmo anymore after that point. You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, if you engage other people within the capacity of your occupation, you're going to be viewed in that way, and you're going to be expected to perform with a level of professionalism. So what am I saying, y'all? What's the difference between those two ideas? Basically, you know, in other words, like for instance, I have the name in my title. Of course, y'all know I'm not a real doctor, right? But if I'm a surgeon and if I lead off with that, y'all gonna suddenly, you know, expect, or if I say I'm in the clergy or some other prestigious position, you're gonna expect me to hold, you're gonna hold me to a higher standard, right? Which is kind of unfair, you know, especially if somebody asks me, if they say, what do you do for a living? And I say, oh, I do this. And then all of a sudden now all of you want to treat me differently. That's not really fair. However, if I come on here and I open my platform with, hi, I'm a surgeon, and we're going to talk about, you know, medical insurance, and we're going to talk about all the other preventive healthcare tips and things like that, then you're going to expect me to be a certain way. And you're going to hold me to that level of professionalism that you feel I should have, because I'm coming on here in the capacity of my occupation. Now, for those of you that are having trouble with this, I can only say you can't have it both ways. You want the recognition and prestige that comes with your station, but not to be criticized when you act in a manner of a normal human being. Okay, we stress 2 points there. You leading off with who you are and being treated like a normal human being. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. So you can't have it both ways, you know? Again, I'm with you. I'm on your side. I feel like you are a normal human being. I think that you should be able to become here and be accepted and such and such. But you got to understand, if we're having a conversation or a debate and you throw up in my face while we're debating over a football game about how you're a math teacher and how you know more about statistics than I do and I should shut up. See, now you just became a math teacher. Now you're a professional. And now I'm going to start criticizing you because of that. That's what's going to happen. And furthermore, I didn't even think about this, but you gotta understand too, by exposing yourself not only to criticism, you might be exposing yourself to danger, which I'm going to talk about later, because there are some negative forces here. Again, my purpose is not to come here and talk about all the problems, but, you know, hopefully we can raise the vibration of the surroundings, this section of YouTube. That's what it's all about. Like I said, I'm not going to ask the question anymore. I'm just going to kind of make moves. The inverse of that is, well, because you might be an individual with no job, no goals, no dreams, no occupation or hope, does not give you the right to judge others who do. Yeah. Oh, y'all thought y'all was getting over? I've said this in the past. I just said it in a much unnicer way. Yeah, because you don't have a job, because you sit around all day, you don't work, you don't have any aspirations. That doesn't give you a right to look at a bunch of professionals and tell them how unprofessional they're acting. But you get to be a complete a-hole on here every day, daily. No, that's not how it works. See, the thing of it is, it all comes down to that judgment again I talked about on last week. No one here is in any moral position to judge another person. I'll say it again because we don't have the echo on. No one here is in any moral position to judge another person. So please stop looking at the professionals, telling them how unprofessional they are when you're not, man, when you ain't got your stuff together. And vice versa. If you're a professional, you don't get to tee off on the people who, might not be as far along in life as you. You know what I'm saying? So basically, give each other a pass is what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, you don't get to do that. Now, if you're another professional, matter of fact, let me stop here because Stephanie said something. I'm sorry, y'all, to skip over everybody. Welcome, Vici. Welcome, Propane. Welcome, YM Yolanda. Welcome. Stephanie says, can there be a balance? I'm not a content creator, but everyone knows I'm a lawyer. I try to stay within certain bounds, but I'm not here trying to be uppity. Yeah, see, you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. I can tell y'all a secret. I don't know about why the rest of you do these live presentations, but do you know why I do it? Because it's not just a teaching tool, it's a learning tool. And what Stephanie just said, I meant to leave the comment highlighted. Yes, like I always said, we always talk about the middle path. Yes, there can be balance. Yeah, so Steph makes a good point. I didn't even think of that. See, I wish I would have thought of that before I turned the mic on. What about the people who aren't as vocal or aren't content creators and they are here under, what their profession is? So yes, there can be balance. So that means, and y'all probably witnessed Steph in different chats. You'll hear her from time to time. She'll drop little things like somebody will say, hey, there's a lawsuit, this, and that. And Steph will say, no, that's not how that goes. It has to do this. The judge has to sign off. And she gives you the benefit of her expertise in the area. So that's cool. Yeah, definitely. But then some of y'all might turn around and say, well, who are you? And, you'll try to pass judgment or whatever. So yeah, there can be balance. And matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because I didn't have that in my mind to discuss. There should be a balance. So yeah, we should be able to come here and we should be able to have like professional conversations on those topics. I've said, matter of fact, 100 times, I've said, damn it, man, I come here every day and, I hear the back and forth, and I keep saying, man, y'all some of the most talented, smartest, most intelligent people there is. And a lot of you are professionals and very well educated, but I never get to see that side of yourself other than you throwing out the title. Whereas Collins over here constantly gives you the benefit of her expertise because she's always dropping stuff in the chat that you can literally walk away with and draw from. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, she's here for the fun, too. So she gets to do both. And that's what I'm actually getting into when as I was moving along here. So nobody's in a position to judge. And yes, you need balance. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I talked about that on YouTube as a whole. I used to preach that balance stuff. But like I said, some people don't want the balance. You know what I mean? They want to come to a place where they can use professionals in the turkey shoot and tear them down and bring them down a peg, as I heard some of y'all say. When sometimes the professionals come off high and mighty, y'all enjoy seeing their ass fall. You enjoy watching them get exposed and shaming them. And don't get me wrong, it's not always the non-professional versus the professional. Sometimes it's professional versus professional, which probably I would say makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely got to be some balance. So a question, y'all know me, I like questions because they help help to expose us to the truth. You know, if I can get you to think for yourself, you don't need me on here lecturing you, telling you. Question, do you actually take your online life into the workplace? Do you share what goes on here with your students, clients, or customers? Probably not. I'm going to assume you don't. So then why is it the other way around? Like, why is your professional stuff here? Now, see, it's funny. I kind of, that's a bit of a contradiction. Your professional stuff has a place to be here. Again, as Steph introduced it, threw me off. Steph introduced into the conversation talking about the balance, and I wasn't prepared for that. I just knew I knew everything when I started talking, but now that throws off the whole thing. But that's good, though, because now that forces me to turn on a dime and kind of adjust. So, yes, there is room here for you being a professional, but then there's a way to go about it. I mean, so just know, like I said, you know, when you engage with other people online, you're going to be open to judgment and criticism. The question is, can you handle it, though? Because, you know, when you come, like I said, you come here as a professional. I mean, I live in a city where I think we have the highest concentration of haters per capita in my city. You walk down the street, when people look at you, you know, they look at your shoes first, and then they scan going from bottom to top, because they're looking for something. They got to find something wrong, something out of place. So you're going to be open to criticism walking down the street. If you come here, you're going to have a lot of people. Remember earlier I said the people that don't have the jobs, goals, dreams, occupations, aspirations, they're going to feel some kind of way with you just being alive and breathing. And because of their inadequacies, they're going to want to use you as target. They're going to want to see you fall, you know, and they're going to enjoy when you do. Just look at it, y'all. I want y'all to close your eyes for a second and envision. Can you think of any situations that may or may not have happened where a professional that you know of online that may have had a problem in their life, personal or otherwise, and it became a week-long discussion? And everybody took part in it, throwing stones. Come on, you can think hard. I know you have. That's what they get. They think they all that. They this, they that. You heard it. You ain't hear from me. You ain't hear from me because, see, me personally, when I look at a person, I try to see what's not being said. I try to look with more insight when I deal with y'all. And I said to y'all in that one live, I took it down because it was just basically a job live for me to just to be talking trash. And I said, I've dealt with a lot of you here, some behind the scenes. And I just wanted you to know that I know you. I know who you are. I feel where you're coming from. I see deeper inside of you than what you're projecting here. And I get it and I understand. That's why it's no need for me to react to you. You know, and I'm trying to get better at that. That's why my particular presentations go the way that they go. That's why I have the low numbers that I have, because people don't want to hear this. Even though they always tell me, I heard you live, it was great. Or you should have more subs and all this other stuff. But I'm not here for that. I'm just here to impart whatever guidance I can, and hopefully it'll be helpful. So yeah, none of us here are perfect. Yes, we do fall down. A lot of you sadistically enjoy it. I don't know why, but I do know why. And we're going to talk about that too. So like I said, you come here, you're going to be open to criticism. You're going to get the stones thrown at you. I told you in my past, I came here expecting this to be a little more serious than what it was. It's not as serious as I thought it should be. I had problems with that. Now I just pretty much say, you know what? I got my speech and what it is I want to say, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to let everybody else do what they're going to do. So the question, can you understand the position of the people you deal with online? I.e., if you are standing in front, if you are the professional, you are getting broken down, criticized. They want to prove that you ain't got money. They want to show you ain't as smart as what you think you is, even though you went to school for 2, 4, 6, 8 years. You know, you got to understand, you walking amongst the people here. And that's something I used to ask from judgmentally. I used to say, well, man, if y'all so, you know, if you are a professional, why are you here wallowing in the trenches with these people? You know what I'm saying? Why are you like lowering yourself? And I know that sounded kind of arrogant, so I take that back. Because here, when I look at you, I don't look at your professional title. I just take you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, moving along. The problem is that whether you're professional or not, a lot of us come here with unresolved personal issues, and it shows. It doesn't matter if you're, an ex-con or a cardiologist, or if you have some unresolved past or current mental trauma. This forum is not for you. It's not. This is not where you come to work out your therapy, right? Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you got some fractures in your personality or some weaknesses, this is probably, being online is not the place, man. Because now you went from being exposed to a couple of people in your family to being exposed to potential millions of people that can definitely throw them stones at you. Another thing too, as far as on the personal issue side of things, man, sometimes you come here and you form alliances with each other without truly knowing the other person. I've done that. A lot of y'all have done that. Some of us successful, some of us not as successful. Some of y'all even claim to actually love each other. Love? I hear that word. I hear it being thrown around. Do you know what's at the root of love? The answer is an actual knowing, a deep knowing, in fact. So the question is, for instance, not a question, but more so to put that into perspective, how well do you know your spouse? Now that you know every intimate detail about your spouse, and the fact that you're still loving them says something. You love your spouse, knowing what, and knowing what you love about them, and knowing why. Can anybody here say they truly have that level of feeling for other online characters? I'm talking about, everything about these other people online intimately and personally enough, and you're able to still love them unconditionally so you can publicly say you love somebody. Man, let me tell you something. And that's part of the problem. You form an alliance with a person here, you say you love these people, and then when they disappoint you, let you down, or when the scorpion is revealed, then all of a sudden now you're traumatized. Now you got to go live 18 times to share your pain with a bunch of other people you don't know. Oh, damn, it sounds like that dude, he on here speaking, he sounds like he's kind of arrogant the way he's talking. Man, let me tell you something. If you can do the effery, then I can do this. If this offends you, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. I try to be as open as possible. I say I too am guilty in a lot of these times, but hey, here we are. These are real discussions over here, people. This ain't the back and forth. I don't care who fell. I don't care who got exposed. I don't care who car engine ain't working. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, before you can function in this online society, you better make damn sure you have that offline social life in order. The person in the real world that you are has to be fixed, before you come here. This is like the worst. You don't want to come here, man, with some unresolved pain and things like that in your life. Because I'm telling you, man, this is a battleground. Now, the flip side of that is, well, why are you here? Let's talk about it. Well, you have these fractures, you have these issues, but yet you're still online. Well, I'm going to say it, and I heard a wise man around here in this particular sector say it. He said, YouTube is not designed to replace actual therapy. This is not therapy, y'all. It doesn't matter if you actually talk to a therapist here. It's still not therapy, even if they got the title. This isn't the time or the actual professional setting for you to engage. Do you talk to your children's pediatrician or on Instagram? Or do you talk to your cardiologist on Facebook? No, probably not, right? You do what? You're in their office or on Skype in a private personal session, right? Let me segue there for a second, because for some reason when I talk, there's a lot of Commentary. I think you're mixing issues in this social space. InfoWars and doxing is the norm. Revealing any personal information is a risk people take on. That's funny after the comment how I said that. So if you're a professional and you come in with all your info, the risk you take is yours pretty much. That's anywhere though. It's not right and it's not fair, but that's how it is. You take the risk. However, in certain YouTube spaces, specifically for professionals, this is different than socializing in the sector. That it is. I was getting to that too. There are, yeah. So in other words, I was getting to that. I can't stand YM. She always like one step ahead of me. I always want to point out, Bomber, that you said this is a no sector zone, but you're talking about the sector and vague. Okay, there go YM, y'all. Looking for. God damn it. The YM train is right on schedule. And by that, y'all, if y'all know Yolanda Martinez, aka YM from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, then you will know YM's purpose for being in my chat is to always look for the undertones, look for my motivation, what brought this on, and the secret in the sauce. So as I'm talking about the sector and vague tones, I gotta tell you this though. A lot of my experiences, it is true, I do draw from you guys, but I go across several sectors though. It's not just any one particular one. And I see that. And you know what? And the reason why I bring it up, see, I used to do it like that. Like I would come into this particular sector and I would talk about like I would take specific things that would happen and then I would go make a topic about it. So it sounded like people would say, well, I feel like, you know, you ducking and you doing it to sneak dissing and you this and that. But here's the thing. When I'm moving through the T sector, the B sector, the church sector, all these other sectors where it's mostly social, it's the same stuff. Like it's the same attacks on professionals. It's the same people doxing each other, the same. I literally will go into a sector like the B sector. I see people's real pictures on screen, people I don't know. And I'm like, who is this person? And because only way I'm gonna find out, I have to click. If I click into the live, then I'll see it's a person I've never met, don't know. Somebody has that real information on screen. And sometimes I'll see things like, well, you know, Pastor so-and-so is this, and you're supposed to be the deacon and da 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 da. So it's actually a common theme. It just so happens a lot of times, a lot of what happens here tends to it appears in a way like it's all sectors. So I mean, it's just this one. But no, y'all not the only one. You know, and I want to say that and go on record. You know, I used to be a smart ass and say if the shoe fits, lace it up and wear it. But I'm not here to say that. It's not personal. This is a non-sectarian zone, but today, notice I didn't say that on this live, which means if somebody hits the link and they decide they want to come through, if they want to talk about a sector issue, then that's fine. If you notice here, there's always about 11 people in attendance, right? These are the people that they are non-sectarians. They're here to hear some stuff that's we're not talking about the talk of the day. What's going on between these two women or what's going on between this woman and this particular man. Some people, they come here and they thrive on that, you know? But I got to tell y'all, since we kind of segue for a second into that, man, with all due respect, I mean, to see the same person on 8 different platforms telling the same story over and over, it kind of makes my ears bleed. Like, I don't see any value in that. How many different ways can the person tell the story? And I keep saying, if you stay at that level where you're waiting for a professional to fall so you can exploit them and make a storyline out of it, and you say this is what it is, what happens when you don't have a storyline? Then you got to do what? Y'all start making up false narratives and lies. You just pick a person at random. I've been picked at random before. You put a jacket on the person and you go. I personally cannot, I've tried to say this before, I personally cannot at this point going forward explain to myself or anybody else that I know personally why I would do that or engage. And that's not me trying to say I'm uppity or above anything. It's just that I'm not going to wake up in the morning and tell a lie about one of y'all. I'm not going to wake up and drag you onto this panel and tell you, okay, let's talk about the tea. Spill me the tea. Tell me the secrets about something that happened behind the scenes that got exposed. And I want you, because I need 40 or 50 people around me cheering me on. It's like, nah, I don't need that. I'd rather have 11 people that's like, yo, I'm with that topic you talking about. Or like I said, 15 likes, or a person in the comments and say, yo, damn, I missed this, but this was really good. I caught the replay. Good enough for me. That's all I need. That's my purpose around here. Now, of course, in the past, it wasn't like that. I would wake up in the morning, create something that creates a narrative. What was supposed to be funny or humorous, but I learned after the fact that sometimes what I think is funny or humorous, you don't find funny, or this gives you an excuse to play perpetual victim and keep bringing up what I did to keep dragging it out. He attacked me. Well, if you can catch me attacking one of y'all after December 31st, good luck with that. Because you ain't going to get a rise out of me and you ain't going to get a response. But I done got off topic now, didn't I? So back to the YouTube, the online therapy, right? So this is not therapy here. Now I say that out and I bring it up to make a point that I'm aware a lot of you. I say it, don't I say it in every live? I say, I know y'all got pain. I know y'all suffering deep inside. I understand to the haves and the haves are suffering, also the have-nots. I understand some things in your life you didn't accomplish. Some things went wrong in your life. You got a bad break and you feel kind of down. And you feel good when you come here and you got 70 people sitting there watching you beat up on some woman or beat up on some person that probably don't deserve it. But because you're hurt, that person hurt your feelings, or you just want to take them down a peg or whatever. So you got the tee off, you got 70, 80 people cheering you on and you saying it was lit, it's lit. Nah, it's not lit. It's actually sad. and I can tell you why. It's sad because that's you acting out your pain. You know, that's you have to beat somebody's ass to make them feel bad, to make yourself feel better. But that's cool. I just want you to know that I understand that's what you're doing and I understand why. So even if you do it to me, I understand why. So a group of y'all can get together, fellas, and you can drop my name randomly in chats and can bring me up for no reason, or take some accomplishment I did and say, oh, it's nice, but he's this and that. Feel free. I understand why you do it. It's no problem. I ain't got no problem with that. You want to take my creativity and say it ain't nothing, fine. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. All I can say is my kids like it. They think it's funny. So that's all that matters, y'all. And again, it's who you are in the real world. You understand? So back to what I was saying. I understand y'all. I see y'all. You know, it's like you got a glass forehead. I'm a bottle of Windex. I see right through you. So it's cool. And that's what I was trying to tell everybody here. Y'all don't have to be so reactionary. You know, you don't have to become so enraged and inflamed, sister, that you got to keep dropping the same woman's name over and over and over and over again every day. Like, damn, you jealous of you envy the lady. Just say you envy the person. Say, look, man, I was thinking about going back to school, but I think I'm a little old. I really do kind of want to be like you. Just say it. But no, instead of doing that, you just rather come out, keep tearing the woman down over and over and over. Ain't nobody even talking about. We got narratives from 9-10 months ago. Y'all go in any sector, beef tea, click on anyone. Same narratives over and over. But see, when I see that, I'm not sitting there drooling, because I'm also a hating ass person enjoying watching somebody get tore down and then handing out my hard ass earned money, giving you cash apps for that. I'm not paying for that. I'm not doing it. If you got some creativity, if you can make me laugh, I'll pay you. If you do something creative, I say, damn, it took a lot of work to do that, I'll pay you. But other than that, nah, man, I ain't interested in that. That's why I'm here talking about this topic. I just said what I just said in this segue to let you know I understand the mechanism. I know why you do what you do, and it's okay. So feel free to attack me. Feel free to put labels on me if you feel. What's the one from last year, y'all? What's that label? He's the most passive aggressive person. Da 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 da. Now, a person that's looking at YM's comment from above would say, well, you speaking in subliminals, they would say that's passive aggression. Well, I say this. I say, if that's passive aggression, then a group of men that hide behind avatars and attack people, hurl insults, talk about people's physical looks all day, that's passive aggression with a nuclear battery attached to it. Is it not? You stabbing at somebody, but you hide behind a barrier. Is that not the same thing? See, the problem is y'all non-professionals come here throwing around psychological terms thinking you know what it means. What's funny, my doctors don't seem to think I'm that. Hey, I'm good. Anyway, back to the subject, y'all. We don't want numbers going up because it's sounding sectarian over here, right? So anyway, I got something actual to say. Social media is not the place for you to seek online approval. And all of these associates in your midst, they not your real friends. They cool to talk to. I like talking to y'all. Some of y'all think it's cool people. I did cross that line one time, making that mistake. You start to like somebody, you think they cool. You're like, yo, I could be friends with this person. But the truth of the matter is, what did I just say? It goes back to that. You don't know that person. You don't love them. So when the person turn on you, and most of them will, you're going to feel some kind of way. So when you leave your chat or area, understand that all of this disappears. And to some of you that feel these people are your friends, they're your roadies, they're your road dogs, they're your whatever, what all the names y'all use? Your day ones, all these things you use. When these people leave your midst, why do you lash out? Why are you seriously sitting over here pissed off because somebody that was rocking with you is in another chat? You know why? It's not because the person is disloyal. It's because you formed an unhealthy attachment to a group of pixelated images on a screen that you're calling someone that you think you know. And now the fact that that person has looked in another direction, you feel like you've suffered some kind of loss. And because you are not emotionally mature enough to deal with loss, you lash out and go on a 3-hour live dragging somebody. And because you got like 50 or 60 people standing around you cheering it on, you think it's okay. I'm here to tell you that it's not okay. It's dysfunctional. Something's wrong with that. You in love with a blip on a screen. Man, come on. Come on. That's like going to Macy's and falling in love with one of the mannequins over in the menswear section or something. That ain't real. That's fake. But anyway, I ain't here for that. Even if, because I did hear a lot. Everybody comes here want to be bigger and better and more grandiose in life. I started the sector. I got this accomplishment. I got more watch hours than I got more subs. Look at me. I get more likes and views. I'm the most popular. See, even if you are popular here, even if you do got 10,000 subs and all this other watch time and all this other stuff that y'all seem to love, as soon as you turn off your computer, the sensation wanes. All 70 of your friends, they disappear. And then your suffering increases because subconsciously you know that none of this is real. It's not. Now, on the flip side, there are some really nice people here. There's some great personalities. Mixing them all together in one big pot, it makes a very fun place to be and to hang out and enjoy. That is true. And yes, it is possible. Some of you, I don't believe in absolutes. Only SIFs deal in absolutes. And I will say some of you have met offline, formed alliances. Some of you formed business partnerships, and you've done things in the real world. And sad to say, some of the things didn't work out. And for you, very few people, I can understand why it's hurtful. And I can understand why you would come on here and lash out at each other because you really believed in some things. And I even said, and I gave as advice, I said, next time y'all, you engage in some business transactions, do me a favor. I want y'all to take it behind the scenes. Keep it behind the scenes. Don't bring it here, especially if you know you don't need the support of the people in these different sectors. If you're trying to do something else on the other side of YouTube, keep it a secret and do what? Surprise us. Pop up one day and say, guess what, y'all? We on Spotify. We got this show and I'm about to have, guess what? Jerry Seinfeld is coming on. We interviewing him, and surprise us, because then by that time, it's too late for anybody to throw stones, and stop that train from rolling. I was told that a long time ago, but I got a bad habit of doing that, saying I'm getting ready to do this, I'm about to do that. I do that all the time, and you shouldn't, because even your loved ones sometimes, man, will be your biggest haters. You say something, and the first thing they do, they got something negative out their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, man, keep it to yourself, y'all. And if y'all are hooking up with some romantic stuff going on behind the scene, keep that to yourself and don't write it down anyway. Don't leave any records, because we don't want that exposed. All right. A lot of people are going to get hurt in the end. And man, you know what? I should have, that's a different topic. I should do something to talk about that. I would love to go through all of that, you know, but we're not going to do that today because we don't want to open no wounds. So the reality though, the reality is this. Look, y'all, I know life ain't perfect, but you got to know that beating up on other people is not going to fix your problems. It's not going to fix your pain. I don't care if you got 50 people around you telling you it's okay, talking about that's what the sector is and all that other stuff. Nah, man. You know behind the scenes when you turn this off, you're dealing with a reality. This ain't the place for your pain. Some of you even said you are in therapy, and there's no shame in that. Matter of fact, talk about it more. Encourage other people to seek some help for themselves as well. You got to know, to the professionals, that bragging about your accomplishments to a bunch of strangers, that won't fix your problem either. It won't. So beating up on professionals ain't gonna make you fit, ain't gonna improve your life one bit. Yeah, well, somebody had a master's degree. I took them down. I beat their ass verbally, cussing them out. I made them cry, hurt their feelings. Okay. Guess what? They still got their education, and your ass is still living in the hovel. Ain't changed nothing. And the same thing, when you running around here bragging about, you know, you're a professional and you acting like you high and mighty and you above everybody, you want to throw it in people's face. You got to understand that the fact that you're manic depressive, you didn't fix none of that by slamming somebody else. You know? And another thing too, next point, staying stuck in your past when you was a super criminal or a pimp, when you had all the money, you was running the block, that won't cure the problems you having now. Them old war stories ain't helping you a damn bit. It's not. Yeah, you had all the money. You did the time. Where the money at? Funny thing back then, the wise people was telling you, you know you ain't gonna be able to keep that. You know that's not going. You ain't listening that, but you do have, I will tell you this, with your war stories, you do have the experience of that. So now you're in a position, even without a degree, to go out here and mentor the other youth to help them out. And don't tell them your stories. I talked about that the other day. Don't get on here talking about all your war stories, because that actually does the inverse. It inspires young people. They look at you and say, well, damn, you was a gangster and you still here. You sending the wrong message. Don't sell your soul to be popular on YouTube. You know, I keep getting prison stories segments popping up in my feed. I got the women prison stories popping up. See, we all know that's the drive to make some money. You know, people like to hear that stuff. They want to be entertained because they ain't never been in jail, so they want to see what it's like and all this and that. But you got to understand, with every one of them videos y'all post, y'all should have a disclaimer behind it, or you should have another video talking to young people, or a message in your video. Tell a story, and then now talk to the young people and tell them why that ain't cool. Right? Tell them why. Tell them why getting stabbed and sitting up in infirmary about to lose a kidney ain't cool. Tell them why. All right? Tell them the fact that pissing out of that bag on the side of your hip is not sexy. All right? Now, we've had, in the last year, we've had a lot of words, colorists, thrown around. We are in the 28th century somewhere. We still trying to figure out what black is. That's cool, y'all. The discussion continues, and by all means, keep that going. But we do have a bit of an ageist issue here. I got the young ones like to throw around the word old around here. A lot of times just to shame those who they feel, you know, who are older. You're going to say, you're old, you know, and to kind of shut you up, right? Which is a way of saying, you know, you should be beyond this. And then the old ones shame the young ones by constantly reminding them that you're young and you're not where you should be in life. See, when I was your age, I this. And when I was your age, yeah, you know what? I can see that and I can agree with it to a degree, but I would say this: you got to realize something. This is where the wisdom kicks in. You at age 25 and me at age 25, our lives had two different sets of circumstances. Now, if my mama was on heroin and my daddy wasn't there and my mama's boyfriend was abusive, but you woke up every day to sausage, eggs, and grits by your mama cooking from scratch because she was a housewife and your dad, had a construction company and y'all went to church every Sunday, you do realize that the two paths are going to take, it's going to take two different roads there, right? So wisdom would dictate if you are an older person and you're mentoring or ministering to a younger person and you see that they're off on the right track, on the wrong track, is to try to look deeper and understand. Like I said, y'all, you got to look deeper. You got to know. Old or young, professional or non-professional, both of y'all asses is still sitting up on YouTube clawing for views and subs. So who the hell is the fool here? It don't matter. Yup, yeah, you. Look at you, a cardiologist sitting up here on YouTube with this foolishness. And you, a young college student, up here bickering and beefing. Your ass supposed to be writing that paper. You're going to turn it in late because you sitting up here all night. So it don't matter. We're all here. Even me with this speech, I'm right here with you. I'm not above you. I'm not claiming high and mighty. I'm just here to say I'm your conscience. I'm here to say, y'all, you ever think about this? Have you ever considered this? Have you ever thought about it this way? That's me. All right. Come on. I would love, trust me, y'all. I would love to come on here and give you my breakdown of the latest rumors and gossip that's going on and tell you what I think and talk about people's husbands and wives. But you've heard enough of that. You don't need that. It's not what you need. You don't need any of that. You need an alternative, And I'm pretty sure before the day is out, there's going to be 14 more people beating them dead horses. So what the hell you need me to do it for? So in conclusion, I'm trying to get here closer to my hour. Keep your professional life offline. Come here, have fun, and have a good time. Get you some laughs, make fun of each other in a loving way, and we can all chuckle. You know what I'm saying? Keep your pain offline and don't use social media as a drug, because you're smart enough to know that outside of medicine, no drug can fix your issue. You know that. Think about it. Even me, y'all, I keep wondering, why I keep looking at my phone? Why I keep turning on the Instagram? Why I keep peeking at this thing? When I know in my mind, the ego is saying, yo, go ahead. It's easy. It's fun, because you're getting that dopamine. But I know in my mind, my brain is like, yo, I really wish you would read a book because I need the stimulation. I need you to take these fast moving visual images off. It's making me shrink, right? But furthermore, y'all, no drug can fix your issue. You know that. This ain't nothing. This is just an online drug. This is where you get your fix. And I'm sorry if I pulled the skirt off of some of y'all and revealed your plots and your schemes and all that. Sorry. Ain't not, the can't do nothing about it train is fully heading chugging down the tracks and it's out the gate. I can't do nothing about it. I got to speak the truth. That's just the way it's going down. This is an alternative voice over here. So I say to you, get the help you need. There's no need to come here daily beating up on people and calling it trolling, hiding behind the trolling shield. We talked about that. It's not trolling. It's not trolling if you make a woman cry. That's not trolling. I'm just trolling. When is your ass serious? See, that's I call that playing with people. It's like you be beating somebody's ass, right? Until they say, yo, why you beating my ass? I'm just trolling you. And you say, but see, I don't like that. I don't feel good, but you sensitive. Come on, y'all. I done talked about that mechanism. That ain't troll. It's trolling to somebody show up outside your damn door and you coming outside with your wife and kids heading over to Arby's. Now it ain't funny no more, is it? That's why I say, I told you, there's a lot of people here dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of issues. And one of y'all going to make the news one day. And I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see it go down. Some of y'all have pulled up. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, is it? Yeah. I'm seriously, though, a lot of people on here talk tough talk. Y'all always talk about y'all gonna slap somebody. What y'all gonna do? I heard somebody tell me one time they would slap me. Yo, that's cool. I'm gonna take that as something I said irritated you to the point where you feel like if you really had a chance and it wasn't gonna be no repercussion, you would actually do it. But ain't nobody, I don't see, it's very rare. I would say 99.99437% of people are not gonna pull up and go see somebody. You're gonna keep on poking at each other and trying to get at each other on here by exposing and talking about other people's families and talking about who's less of a person, less of a man, less of a woman, less of a... That goes back to my first statement when I say ain't nobody here in no moral position to judge. Please stop. But it's entertainment, I guess, if you say it is. Those who are insightful, though, can see right through your line of bullshit. We can see right through it. You might hear other people start speaking like I'm speaking now, letting you know that some of us we're waking up and we can see through it. But we also understand, like Sister Steph said, it's also, what about the middle ground? So yeah, you will see me here tomorrow and you'll say, but why is he in my chat if he just said all that? Hey, I'm in your chat because I enjoy your chat and I'm aware. I'm aware of what goes on and it gives me material. It inspires me. It gives me ideas to talk about it. Remember, Buddha said, no lotus, no mud. Without the mud from the various sectors, I can't grow nothing out of it. One has to have the other, and it's got to be watered. So in 2023, y'all, give each other a pass and remind yourself of why you are here. Seriously, when you get ready to sign in and say, why am I going into them chats? What am I here for? What is my purpose? I pinned the link, y'all. If any one of y'all feel like you just want to come through, speak your speech, tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right, or just offer your own insights. But meanwhile, while y'all getting it together and deciding what you're going to do, I'll run back through some of the comments. However, in certain spaces, okay, why is the most vocal. Okay. We did all that. Propane laughing hysterically. Propane got beat on because an explosion happened on his panel. Oh man, y'all took that war over to that brother's house, fighting out front. Got the police all out there. Know he got a job interview in the morning. I always say YouTube, Twitter, etc. thrive off and encourage doxing. Some of the biggest channels run off exposing people and not just other YouTubers. Nice. I need to get out more. I haven't seen a lot of that. Many of us use passive aggression, self included. Yeah, it's funny though. I've never seen so many psychologists, clinical psychologists, all sitting in one place at one time. Literally diagnosing each other. Hell, what the hell am I paying doctors for if I can come here and get it for free? Y'all know I've been in here since COVID, man. I'm just like, ooh, I'm feeling kind of anxious. That's why after 15 people, I say, what the F are y'all doing here? Yeah, no doubt. I think you're referring back to when I said, like you keep finding yourself in these situations. That was an unexpected insight. People from unhealthy attachments and then feel betrayal in some cases. Yes, you can see that in their life. You can tell they've lost friends. It might even be trauma where a lot of their buddies got killed, or something like that. They come here and they form these attachments. It gives people a sense of purpose when they're here. That's why a lot of times you have to say, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, I'm the best. They need that. And when you take that from them by exposing them, as a matter of fact, the mechanism goes even deeper. If you notice, a lot of their dialogue is always, the whole live presentation is always, look at them over here, look at him over there, look at her over here. But see, now look at me. I've never done anything wrong. I've never done anything wrong. These people all attack me. They all did it to me. Well, you did that to them. No, but they did it first, and that's why I'm doing it now. I mean, it's the same narrative over and over again. See, I had to ask myself, certain people, I'm not going to sit there and listen to that. I'll tune in. After about 5 or 10 minutes, I realize that you are here expressing your pain. You are here looking for validation. You are here because you need an escape from the real world because you can't handle your true reality. And then after that, as a speaker, I'm going to probably tune out. The inverse of that is this. I'm not here talking about what some woman did or some failure some man had in his marriage or who's really what and this and the other thing, and who ain't got money and who do. So certain people are not going to come here. They're going to say, I don't want to hear that. He's not entertaining. He's boring me. Because he won't go at the sister that had the downfall. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kick nobody while they down. Now, again, I did that under the guise of entertainment. People let me know they ain't feeling that, or they want to make it a narrative and create a war behind it, then I'm just not going to do it. You know, I have other talents where I can do, you know, real things, you know. A brother of a certain age, TMK Media in chat says hello. Oh, I had to read that out, that acronym to get it. Wonders why. Hey. Okay, y'all speaking to each other and so and such and such. He said, what am I laughing at? I got to rewind that back. I don't know what I was laughing at, probably myself. I'm older and gray and thankful to be here. No doubt about it, bro. Speak on it. Conscious energy, laughs. Okay, so why did I check my phone real quick after the bathroom break in the middle of the night? Man, I'm worse than you. I take it with me. That don't make no sense. It's addictive. That's one of the things I'm going to try to wean myself from. You know, I plan on taking some getaways. See, I don't know about going to Jamaica and all that. I just like to do the road trips. I do the road trips and go somewhere and be quiet for a few days. That's my idea of a vacation. Going to the island and party and staying up all night, getting drunk and turning up. It's not really my thing, you know, because I'm gonna come back more tired than when I left. So again, before we get ready to fold things up here, the link is pinned. And trust me, y'all, I got a part of me. My ego do want to talk about the news of the day and current events and all of that. You know, I come on in the hopes that certain individuals will show up, you know, so we can have a real discussion. But I understand sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes y'all want it a little more light. I don't know how to do that. I wish I did. Every time I try, it just comes back to this again that I do here. And I was told, a brother say, hey, look, man, you fell to the dark side. I was enjoying the content that you used to have. You're supposed to be the voice of reason. So guess what? I'm going to be reasonably using my voice all through 2023. And yeah, my hand was shaking. I almost dropped a couple of tracks, especially when Speakeasy started coming on. He took that Donny Hathaway. Can I tell y'all? He started singing Donny Hathaway. Do you know I was 5 minutes from pulling the keyboard out to lay that down? I was that close. And you know me, I could have did it, right? But I was just like, nah. I had to let it go because I'm with the Lord now. You understand? I play the keys for Jesus. So anyway, if there's nothing else, I want to thank you all for coming through and hanging out with me and allowing me to burn up this hour in between so I can work off these leftovers and come here and chat with you. And once again, I feel inspired, and I hope that you know, we go into the new year with a little more insight and a little more compassion for other people and some understanding. And I know y'all say it ain't about the build, but I don't know who wrote that. Who made that law up? Well, this ain't really building. It's just me with an alternative way of thinking about things. But hold on, y'all, as I stall to kind of get myself together here, as I nervously click these buttons. And I don't know what's going on, but my OBS will not filter through my my StreamYard anymore. StreamYard is whack, telling me it's my fault. That's BS. But as soon as I come up with an alternative and figure out a new way to do things, I'm probably going to leave this because I have a paid subscription to this. So I'm not feeling it as much. So with that said, first thing, I'm sorry. I'm doing my conclusion and got the music on. Y'all know how I like to do. Like to lower it down a little bit, take it down some, and just get ready to wind it down. So with that said, y'all, if there's nothing else, I appreciate you again for coming through, all who participated, all who will listen, all who will catch this on the replay. Feel free, if you feel compelled to do so, to like, share, and subscribe. Or if you have some other insights or information about a topic you would like me to discuss, or you want to do a panel together, let's definitely get it on and get that build going. And with that, I'll leave you with the words of peace and tranquility. Namaste.